Hi, my name is Sam and I'm a yoga teacher. And welcome to today's class that is dedicated for functional yoga. We're gonna go through some mobility workout, make it short, and maybe even visit a couple of handstands. So let's get started. And because we're gonna spend a lot of time on our wrists, let's warm up our arms and wrists. As you extend your arms in front of you, maintaining the upright position, we're not rounding, bending, anything, and palms facing each other. You want to create a little bit protraction of the shoulders. And from here, we're gonna turn both palms out and we're gonna interlace our fingers into a fist. And now we're gonna try and rotate the palms out in front of us. It will create a little bit of stretch sensation probably in the forearms, in the wrists, in the fingers. So be mindful if this gets too painful, don't go as far as you want to. As you inhale, we're gonna stretch it out. As you exhale, we're gonna twist. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, twist. One more time. Remember, you want to keep that upright position and protraction of the scapulas. Now changing the sides, interlacing now from the other arm, and switch. Exhale to stretch, inhale to switch. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, and last one, inhale. And release. For the next one, we're gonna maintain this position of the arms, and here we're gonna try and bring the fingertips towards the forearm from the inside. We're gonna try and do all of that for 10 seconds, holding at the end range and release. Shake it out. Let's do this 2 more times. Stretching your palms in front of you, palms facing each other. And now you want to bring those fingertips towards your forearms as further as possible, flexing those wrists and release. And last one to hold for 10 seconds, one more time. Bringing further the fingertips with super protected shoulders, not super, but protracted shoulders. And release. Shake it out a little bit. Now I'm gonna move this little ball of fur. So for the next one, we will need to come on our fours into the tabletop position. And from here, we're gonna make sure that the entire surface of the palms is on the mat, is on the floor. You want to press the knuckles of the fingers. You want to press the middle part of the fingers into the mat. And starting here, we're gonna lift our bottom of the palms, leaving the knuckles and fingers on the floor. You want to let your big fingers to come up as well. So we're here on our 4 fingers, on our 4 knuckles, staying here. If you want to make it more difficult, come into your plank and lean more onto those knuckles. And release. Let's do this one more time. Remember, you want to breathe as deeply as possible. And release. Let's do this one more time. Pressing entire fingertips, entire finger surfaces and knuckles. Big fingers up and release. And again, in all of this position, you want to keep a little bit slightest protraction of the shoulders. We're not dumping into our shoulder blades. For the next one, let's come again onto our fours, all fours, onto the tabletop position, but now we're gonna be on our fingertips, as if you want to create a cup shape position, cup shape of your palms. And here we're gonna let the right palm drop completely on the floor, then the left. Right palm comes on the fingertips and the left. Right palm goes flat, then left. And we're gonna switch this way as quickly, as you want to, but maintain the stabilized position of your shoulders. That means slightest protraction. Now the other direction, left palm goes first. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do this thing in your plank. I don't have enough yet, the strength. Another way to challenge yourself is to add more body weight onto those fingertips. And last one, and release. Feel free to shake it out. And now I'm gonna move myself so that you see me. For the next one is going to be just shoulder circulars, and we're gonna bring the fingertips together, bring it on the shoulders, and we're gonna make big circles with our elbows, touching the elbows in front of us and going as further as possible back. 1, 2. Remember, you want to inhale as you bring your elbows up and exhale as you bring them down. Another thing here is to maintain your upright position so you're not bending and rounding through the spine. You want to isolate this movement strictly in your shoulders. This will challenge your rib cage mobility, which is really great, and reverse. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and last one, and release. Now let's move onto our neck. As you inhale, bring your chin up. As you exhale, bring your chin closer to your chest. Remember, entire body below the neck is frozen and not moving. So we're not moving our back, we're not moving our shoulders. And you want to point the chin as further up as possible and as further closer to the chest as possible. Inhale up, exhale down, and back to center. Inhale, lengthen your entire spine. As you exhale, we're gonna look left, right. Exhale, inhale, back to center, sorry. Exhale to left, inhale to center. Exhale to right, inhale to center. Exhale to left, inhale to center. Back to center. Inhale, lengthen, and now we're gonna drop our right side of the head towards the right shoulder. Back to center, inhale. Now to left, exhale, to center. Another cue is not to move your shoulders. There is a tendency that your shoulder muscles, the neck muscles of the shoulders, they will get involved and hyperactive. And release. Now let's take it circular ways. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Track your sensation of the neck. If there is any discomfort, go just to the point of discomfort. Don't go to the point where discomfort is present. And reverse it. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale up and exhale down. Now find a point right in front of your eyesight. An option to keep your index finger in front of you. I have a point where I could look a little bit further away from me, and we're gonna fix our eyesight, our eyes. We're gonna fix the focus there, and we're gonna move our head as you exhale towards the right, and you're gonna keep that eye contact with that point as further as possible, keeping everything in the shape, and back to center. Exhale to the left, training our eye muscles as well. They have big effect on the entire posture. And to the right. Go to the point where your image becomes blurry and bring it back. To the right and inhale back. Last one to the left, exhale, keeping the eye contact with that point and bring it back. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but with our index finger. We're gonna shift the focus, keeping your finger right in front of you, away as possible, as is the length of your arms allows. And as you bring that point closer to your eyes, keep that image in contrast. When it becomes blurry, you've gone too far, and bring it away. Bring it closer, inhale, exhale away. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale closer, exhale away. And last one, bring it closer and hold here for 5, 4, focus, 3, 2, and 1, and away. It takes a lot of effort to focus on the point that is really close to you. So this way we're training our eye muscles. Let's move to the next part of our warm-up, the spinal movements. So coming onto our tabletop position here, we're gonna push the floor away, Tuck the pelvis under, tuck the chin under, round your upper back and round the entire spine. And we're gonna move our rib cage towards the left and drop it from the left side to our cow position, stretching our belly, pointing the elbows, very soft elbows towards the pelvis. And now we're gonna push the floor away and bring ourselves, our rib cage through the right side and coming into the angry cat, rounding the entire upper back. Let's do this 2 more times through the left side. As you inhale, dropping the chest. As you exhale, retract the belly and push the floor away. And last one, inhale, look forward, bend, and exhale, push the floor away. Reverse it through the right side this time. You want to let your rib cage flare out as you move through the side to side, through the front and back. Mobilizing the ribs is essential. And last one, and release. That was a little bit of warm-up through our spine and rib cage. Now, since we're here, let's move on to our quadruped. Coming into our fours. A perfect alignment for your tabletop position is to measure your knees apart, is the forearm, the length from the wrist to the elbow. That would be perfect sense of your knees. And now the points where the elbow and the knees meet, and then you place your palms down, and then you bring to the last point of your fingers. That would be perfect sense for your tabletop position. Now from here we're gonna do the shoulder shrugs. So let yourself dump into your shoulders, but without bending your elbows. So you want to keep your elbows straight, meet the shoulder blades behind yourself, and then push the shoulder blades up. And as you push, we don't want to round anything. So we are keeping the pelvis position and the neck position neutral. And then dumping again, pushing only the shoulder blades. We're not rounding through the spine. Retract your belly, shoulder blades meet, pump. If you want to challenge yourself, tuck your toes and lift your knees up. Remember, we want to maintain that position of the lower back. We don't want to round. And from here, we're gonna drop the shoulders and protract. Retract, protract. Retract, inhale, exhale, protract. Retract, inhale, exhale, protract. And last one, and hold here. Now we're gonna extend our legs back behind you and move to the side plank onto the right side. You want to push the floor away with your right palm, activate the right lats, and now moving towards the left side. You want to push the left palm away, activating the left side of the body, and then come into your plank, do the retraction and protraction, and move towards the right. Maybe this time you want to leave your left leg on the floor, and you want to bring that right knee closer to your body. So activating the left abductors and moving towards the right side. This is so difficult to speak and to explain. Now the same thing. Right leg is active. Left palm is pushing the floor away. Left knee closer to your belly, to your chest. Holding here a little bit and moving back to plank. One more of retraction, protraction, and moving again to the plank with left leg active and right leg maybe extended in front of you, maybe to place it on the floor and bring it back to your center. Now extend it back and bring it back again to the center. We want to switch. Now left side, right leg active, left leg goes closer to your chest, extend in front of you, extend behind of you, and bring it back. Congratulations, a little bit of warm-up is done. So we're gonna move now into our Malasana position. Find here any movement that you prefer. Any movement that is calling you here, what is usually that you want to do to make yourself settle comfortably. An option to place a couple of yoga blocks underneath your buttocks. If this is too challenging, I like to usually let my knees come closer to the floor, maybe a little bit of movement of the spine. And now we're gonna find our position of Malasana. We're gonna bring your palms We're gonna bring the palms closer to your chest or at the chest or at the heart center. And we're gonna, with the elbows, push those knees away and find length of the spine as if something is pulling your crown of the head, and find here a little bit of breath, a little bit of deep breath. And now as you place your palms behind yourself, an option not to place that, to challenge yourself a little bit more, we're gonna find a little bit of twist here. So as I extend my right palm, I'm extending myself, I'm lengthening myself up, and as I twist, I'm exhaling and I'm locking that right palm onto the left knee. And as you inhale, we find more length, and as you exhale, push that elbow to the knee and twist. This whole time you want to maintain that position of Malasana in your legs. And coming back to center as you inhale, same thing. Inhale, extending the left palm up and twisting, locking first that knee to elbow, inhaling to extend more and exhaling to push that elbow to twist more. Breathing here deeply, focusing on our rib cage. Most of the work is done with our breath. As you inhale, bring it up to the center, and we're gonna come onto our Malasana or low squat. From here, let's grab the left ankle, and we're gonna place the right shoulder against the right knee. If this is too far, it's okay that you place your right elbow to the right thigh or right foreleg and stay here, or extend towards the left. An option to place that with the shoulder, with the right shoulder to right knee. And as you exhale, we're gonna twist and open and look towards the ceiling. Extend the left palm, reach towards the ceiling with the left palm. It's active lengthening. And twist back to center, changing the side. It's elbow to left leg or shoulder to left leg. Reaching with the right palm now. Let's do this one more time on each side. Deep breath to do a lot of work from within with our diaphragm, to work on that mobility of the rib cage, which is really beneficial for our posture, gait cycle, and everything. So for the next one, we're gonna stay here and we're gonna interlace our palms in front of us. And imagine if there is something right in front of you, tuck your chin under and reach to that point. Let your hips to come slightly up and come back to center. 2 more times, reaching all the way first, and let your body weight come onto your toes, keeping the heel on the floor though, and back to center. 1 more time, reach as further as possible. This will make probably your knees to come slightly to the side and back to center. And as you come back to center, we're gonna let our hips come all the way up. Let your knees be soft, if this is what's calling you, or straight all the way. Coming into this modified forward fold with our toes pointing out. And as you bend your knees, let your hips drop, coming down to Malasana. Remember, an option to hold on blocks as you come into forward fold, and sit down on blocks as you come to Malasana. 1 more time, dropping your hips, letting your chin come and look forward. Tuck your chin under, round your back, bring your hips all the way up. Finding a little bit of stillness in every end, in every pose. Let's do this last time. As you tuck your chin under, let your hips come up. I like to lock my knees, as this feels a lot behind my knees from the distal attachment of the hamstrings. And last one to hold here. Now we're gonna add a little bit of twist in the forward fold. So place your palm on the floor, right palm on the floor or on a block, and as you come into your forward fold, we're gonna twist and look to the left. As you twist, you want to push that right palm off the floor or off the mat. An option to extend the left palm, look forward and lowering down. Another thing to that switch sides, another thing to Keep in mind is that you don't want to let your pelvis open. All of what we do, most of it, maybe switching the sides. We're working a lot on our rib cage. This is why you need to keep pressing with the palm off the floor. Switching the sides, twisting towards the right. And release. Coming back to center. Now, on the next one, we're gonna let the bum drop in Malasana and twist towards the left. So this is kind of 90-90 stretch position, but with heels really close. An option to help yourself with palms to twist back to center and come up to Malasana, or an option to do that without the palms. As you do that, let me move a little bit closer so I don't slip. And towards the left. Let's do this a little bit more dynamic. Remember to track the sensation in your hip, especially in your knees. So if you have any discomfort, please help yourself with palms, as this will take the weight away from the knees and probably put less stress. So as you come on the left side, an option, let me put myself so that you see me. An option to lay down on your elbow and then on your back. This is really difficult to make it slow. And as you come on your back, you want to shift those knees towards the right, and now you're shifting your entire torso towards the right, pushing with the right forearm and coming to Malasana. Let's do this a couple of more times. On the left, as you come down, remember you want to also keep your knees as low as possible, and up. One more time. Coming through the left side, through the right, and back to center. Let's do reverse that. Through the right, through the center, and through the left. Back to seated. Remember, an option to do that with the help of your palms to come onto your low squat / Malasana. And last one. This is still very challenging for me to make it fluid. Ideally, there should be no dropping. And for the next one, I'm gonna place myself so that you see me, so that you see my front. Now from here, what we want to do, we're gonna shift our body weight onto the left leg. Most of the weight on our left leg, so that we can flip that right foot off the floor and place the top of the ankle on the floor. And coming into modified hero pose, or as I like to call it, mini hero, because a lot of body weight still on the left leg. An option to drop your bum on the floor, so that will stretch a little bit more of your front thigh. There is a lot of internal rotation happening, so be mindful if your hips restricting that movement, to help yourself with palms, or to not let your bum drop on the floor. And as you come back to the center, we're gonna shift the body weight onto the right side, so that you can flip that ankle, the left ankle, on the floor, maybe to lower the bum, or maybe to help yourself with palms, with the fingertips, and back to center. Let's do this several times. I like to drop my bum because this gives a lot of stretching for my ankles, a lot of sprint running, a lot of dorsiflexion work. Makes it worth. And bringing back to center, to the left, through the right. It's okay to round your back and back to center. So for the next one, if you want to take it further, please be my guest and follow me. If not, remember, we're gonna do the same thing with the fingertips. I'm gonna stretch my leg in front of me, so we're in kind of half hero pose with the knees together. And now you're gonna bring that foot closer to your groin, come onto that left foot, and move into low squat and to other side. Stretching that foot in front of you into half hero, right foot comes closer to the groin, moving towards the left side. This really can be a little bit too stressful for your knees, especially if you have some restrictions going on in your hips, or especially if you're sore. So please do a little bit of warm-up before, to not stress those knees. And back to center. So for the next one, we're gonna do the same thing, moving to the right side, coming to that half hero pose. But now, keeping our bumps, we're gonna place the left foot flat on the mat and open that knee out. And as you reach into something forward, we're gonna come into our Skandasana. You want to keep that right leg very active. Those knees pointing out, those foot pointing out. It's okay if your shoulders down to balance yourself. It's okay if you come all the way up. And now we're gonna let that bum come on the floor through the half hero. Bring that right foot closer to your groin and come through the low squat to the right side, to the left side. So coming to this Skandasana to the left, we're gonna open the right knee out, reach into something forward, and come back to the center the same way we came in. Let's do this 2 more times on each side. This is going to be a lot of rotation in your hips. So if, as my teacher said once, bad hip is the one that doesn't rotate, and is a lot. And that is really true. So I'm gonna stop speaking nonsense. And last one, as you open that knee out, reaching into something, both legs are very active. That groin is working. To the left side, Skandasana, bringing that knee down. Remember, if there is any sensations are happening, it's okay to help yourself with those fingertips, even from the half hero to the Skandasana, to helping yourself with palms and even coming onto your toes. Now coming back into the low squat / Malasana. We're gonna come into our tabletop position, but as in yoga, we ask usually to come into the tabletop position with the fingertips pointing towards the heels. This time, let's make those fingertips point to the sides so there is less stress on our wrists, and also this will help us to move between poses. Coming here into our tabletop position, you want to bring those hips up, but not all the way up, so that you create hyperlordosis or stress your hyperactive low back people, especially you people. I feel you, I am the one. And from here you want to tuck those ribs under, squeeze the buttocks, and maintain these knees as they would be if your hips are down. From here you want to push the floor away with your palms to activate those shoulders. And now, as you lean a lot of body weight onto that left palm and you bring a lot of body weight onto the right foot, you're gonna bring that left foot closer to your chest, and now you rotate the right foot and you twist towards the left, and you bring those hips up so that you can extend the left foot right beyond the left palm, and you let your hips lower down like in Skandasana. An option to let your bum on the floor, an option to keep yourself upright. And we're gonna maintain that contact with the palm. And as you press again, you're gonna come up, bring those hips up, move your body weight onto that left palm, and you're gonna press like we did in the side plank, and come back into our tabletop. Let's do this a couple of more times on each side. Push the hips up. Now you're moving, you're shifting the body weight onto the right palm, lifting that right foot off the floor. And as you shift your hips up, 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 you're gonna extend that right foot beyond that right palm and let your hips lower down. And coming all the way back the same way we came in. Let's do this several times, but let's make it a little bit active. Coming to Skandasana and to the tabletop. This takes a lot of pressing through the palm and compression of the ribs and core. If you let your hips come further up, for that you need to press furthermore with your palm. This will be easier to find movement. And last one, coming back to the tabletop. Now while we find a little bit of rest, we're gonna let our bum on the floor, extend our feet in front of us, and come upright as you would do in the forward fold. But this time, let's add a little bit of twist in here. So as I twist myself, my torso, my shoulders towards the left side, I'm gonna twist my hips in the opposite direction to maintain those square hips positions. The toes pointed towards the ceiling or the toes pointed forward. That's your choice. And from here you want to lower, maintaining that position, and down, back to center. Just slightest. A clue to remember here is not to bend, not to round. You want to maintain. So what's happening is that I want to bring your focus towards the left side of the rib cage. As you do so, feel that contraction, how your ribs are shortening, and feel the expansion on the right side. Just slightest movement. And now twisting to the center, towards the right side. We're gonna twist the shoulders towards the right and pelvis towards the left. And just gently lowering. An option to stay here if this was too much. If you have any sensations in your low back, then probably you've gone too far. And release. Let's come back into our tabletop position. From here, let's keep those palms. Let's keep those fingertips pointed to the sides. We're gonna bring those hips up, tuck the ribs under, push the floor away with our palms, and we're gonna do the same drill as we did before, shifting the body weight onto the left, bringing that left foot beyond into Skandasana, and coming back to the tabletop. Let's do this on each side, and coming back to the tabletop. Now here, let's add a little bit of spiciness. So as you bring your left foot into the Skandasana, an option to shift your body weight and stay here and bring your left foot onto your toes. Another option is to come onto the quadruped with one leg, with side kick of the right leg, and bringing it back. Palm into the tabletop position. Let's do the other side. Breathing through the nose. As I speak, I have to breathe with my mouth. Quadruped with side kick, and back to center, to the tabletop. Hips up, and to Skandasana. Quadruped with side kick, and back to center, to the tabletop. One last time. Quadruped with side kick, and back to center, through the tabletop. And as you release, come seated, stretching your legs in front of you. Remember, instead of coming to quadruped, an option to take a handstand. Normally I would do that, but today I have a wall right next to me, so that would be really difficult to demonstrate and speak. Instead, I'm gonna show you one more really cool stuff to strengthen your core, your shoulders, your ribs. So coming into the same tabletop position, here, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna lift that left foot, come right next to the right foot from below the right leg, and as you twist, you're gonna come into the quadruped with your knees off the floor. And from here, we're gonna let that right foot this time come below the left leg, and taking the position of the tabletop. So we're gonna twist and move as if we do so. So left foot comes below the right leg into quadruped. Right foot comes below the foreleg of the left foot, tabletop. Left foot comes below the right foot. We're gonna twist towards the left, quadruped. And we're gonna bring the right foot below the left and bring into the tabletop. Let's reverse all of that. Now right foot comes below the left foot in the tabletop to come into quadruped. Left foot comes into the tabletop. Right foot leads and we go to the quadruped, and left foot now leads and we go into the tabletop. Let's do this one more time. Into quadruped and into the tabletop. That has been a hell of a workout for me, at least. I'm a little bit sweaty. This has been a great way to, maybe for some people to warm up, or maybe for the other people to have an actual workout. And I welcome you to cool down, warm down with any favorite movements that you prefer. In order to make this video short, sweet, and cheeky, I'm gonna end here. And I highly suggest you to take your Shavasana, as this will help your nervous system and with the rest of your day. Thank you for taking this class with me. See you in the next one.